They never said that about Ray and Nina. Not Nina. Ray and Kat, so Cray might just be colorblind as a single thing. Now, the path you want to take here is, of course, the water, but if you step up here, you get a water bomb. It's basically the same thing as a Molotov, only it does an ice spell instead. So, we got a new enemy here, Tadpoles. Tadpoles use the snooze skill, so we want to pick that up. Actually, I want Ryu to burn, and I want you two to guard and pick up the snooze skill. Alright. Snooze, basically the same thing as rest. I think it might be a little bit more powerful than rest, but it does put you to sleep. So, it's not really worthwhile. It does have one use that I'll talk about as soon as Nina learns the appropriate spell, but it is actually very, very useful for specific combos. So you keep that in mind. Yeah, in Breath of Fire 3, I think it was a little more useful because you could put a Dream Ring on and be immune to sleep and all that. But I mean, you could do the same thing in this game, but I don't think you can get a Dream Ring for a very long time. And honestly, the Ryu in this game has so much more AP than the Ryu in Breath of Fire 3 that it's really not a big deal. Although on that same note, unlike the Ryu in Breath of Fire 3, this Ryu's dragon cost actually go up as he levels. In Breath of Fire 3, the costs are fixed. So the more AP you have, I mean, the longer you could stay in the weaker forms, and some of you could stay almost indefinitely for a very, very low AP cost. So in this game, it's actually even more important to have a high AP because as you level up, your dragon transformations actually become more expensive. Basically, the formula is pretty simple for all of them. For Aura, it's the initial cost is equal to your level. For all of the special dragon transformations, it's 1.5 per level, and then there's another one that's 2 per level. So you get 2 AP per level. So if you're level 50, it would cost you 100 AP to turn into that dragon. It costs you 50 to turn into Aura. It is best actually to turn into another dragon besides Aura. Aura is relatively weak. Did I go the wrong way? I think I did. Well, I think I'm going the right way is the problem. I think there's another chest I missed. So I'll go back and do that. Now, here we got Army Bats. For the Army Bats, you want to do Burn and Sever. And that's pretty much it. You can't really learn anything from them, I don't think. Nope. In fact, they don't even drop anything. I mean, the only item you can get from them is berries, so they're not even worth fighting. Not even worth all that much experience. It's an all-around waste of your time. So let's go back real fast and double check. I don't know if you can hear my dog snoring. I think I've talked about this, but I've only got one dog left. I had to put my others. Okay, that is a dead end. Everyone else got put to sleep. I originally had 3 dogs, and I had put 2 of them to sleep. I know that sounds mean, but one of them had cancer, and the other one, well, we found out she had cancer, and the other one, the one that you always heard barking, he actually he hurt his back. He was a Dachshund, a weenie dog, and they have a problem with their back where they get a pinched nerve, and the only way to fix that is surgery. This particular way that this nerve pinches, and the only way to fix that is surgery, and the surgery cost about $5,000, and it has about a 20% chance of success. If it fails, it puts the dog in a worse position than he was before he had the surgery, and you have to put him to sleep. You have to put the dog to sleep anyway, because it makes them suffer if it fails. So, I mean, he was old anyway. He was actually my oldest dog, and I just went ahead and had him put down gently. Still makes me feel bad, but I've got one dog left, and he's not even really my dog. He thinks he's my dog, but he was originally my sister's dog. I don't even like the little punk, but here he is, sitting on my shoulder, sleeping, snoring. He's a... Oh, that's right. Frost claws, duh. Frost attack, duh, 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 duh. Elemental weaknesses in this game, they are so downplayed compared to some of the other games that sometimes you see somebody get healed by an attack and you're like, what? But yeah. Just gonna regular attack these guys. These aren't the ones that dodge a lot. There's another variety later on that they just dodge a whole lot. Makes them irritating to fight. The mice also dodge a whole lot. Oh my god. Luckily we don't have to fight any of those. Should I have went the other way? Yeah. I'll be right back. I'm going to go back and check the other way real fast. If there's nothing there, I'll just meet you back here. Okay, I'm over here at the end of there, and there is indeed a chest, and it contains an ammonia. So I'll meet you back at the end of the other long hall. Alright, now we're back. The end of this hallway. There's a few enemies in here that I have not ran into that you might. One of them, really the only one of note, is the Cadaver. The Cadaver is basically an upgraded zombie that we met earlier, and they actually, you can learn a skill from them, Fint. That's a zombie right there. I'm just going to run away from this, if it'll let me. I'm going to see if I can't run away enough to power up Coward's Way a little bit. I mean, you know. This game's not hard. It doesn't require a gigantically enormous inflated level to beat. Alright, that's a dead end. So... But the Cadavers can teach you Fint. They can also drop, oh shoot. They can drop chain caps. Learning Fint is... I mean, you can if you want to. But, it's not a really good skill. And, honestly, despite what that little display there showed you, I've always had I'm skipping out on it because I have a hellaciously bad time trying to learn Fint. I don't know what the deal is with that skill, but I am just never had any luck learning it at all. We want to actually go this way. Yeah, the stairs are a little disguised, so you gotta kind of watch where you're going. so yeah, we'll just escape here. Oh, can't get away. You suck. Now, if I can't get away, I guess I'll blow him away with a combo. Let's see. Burn. Eddie. And Sever. Come on, combo. I've noticed that Urshan actually doesn't combo quite as much as the other characters. I don't know if that's just me or it's something they actually intentionally did, but it seems to be kind of an issue. It's just something I've noticed. Free bait is always good. Now, if I do look like I'm lost, I am actually looking at maps for this game. I have a player's guide for this game, but the problem is the maps in this game are the maps in the player's guide are really small, and they're not oriented in a good way. Like, they never orient them facing north. It's weird. And like I said, they're also very what is the word here? Some of them are very inaccurate, but I mean they're still useful to have around. Ah, but it had been contaminated. Yeah, it is a lot livelier. They've almost done cleaning up. They are almost done cleaning up. Do forgive me if I repeat. I am and don't speak very well. I am so tired, you guys. You have no idea. I'm doing this after work. So anyway, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go in that orphanage right there, because that is where she went. Yeah, it is starting to look like a city. In fact, I think this is actually the biggest town in the game. What is this? Pay no mind to that suspicious gentleman. But anyway, we want to talk to this guy right here first. He's got some new things for sale we want to buy. I want to buy a floater. I do want to pick up a wooden rod. Buy a panacea. Jabbergrass. We want to make sure you have one of everything he sells, basically. Now if you go, this is the inn, and if you go upstairs, there is another merchant. This guy right here sells weapons. Oh, and he sells a really good weapon. The Scramasax. It may be a little bit weaker than the short sword, but it has something on it that the short sword doesn't have. +1 hits. It is so good. So good. In fact, it is probably the best sword you can get. Even though it's got a 13 attack power, it outdoes swords like the, for example, the moon sword I was talking about earlier that drops from the bandits. Has an attack power of 28. The Scramasax will actually do more damage than the moon sword. And I do want to pick up a steel bat for Cray. Steel bat is non-elemental and of course more powerful. You can buy waistcloth if you want. You could buy chain caps. I'm only going to buy one chain cap due to the fact that I got so many waistcloths, but I want to have one chain cap, that way I have one for my inventory. And of course you can buy soul gems. No, I'm actually spending all of my money on purpose. There's a really good reason for that. that we probably won't get to today, but there is a very good reason for it. You know what, never mind. I'll actually go out and stay in the tent. That way I can talk to my party members. And then what I'll do is I'll spend the rest of my money here at this merchant. I need ammonia. I'll buy an ammonia. And a couple of those. Alright. And I'll end up with more money later, but I like to spend all my money right there because there is a master coming up fairly soon who actually, and I'm warning you about this, I'm not going to spoil anything, but I'm warning you because, you know, he does take all of your money. He does like Migas does in the third game. He says, oh, give me all your money. So you want to spend all of your money. Oh, by the way, I did not pick up the upgraded weapon for Nina because I like the weapon she has now. Yeah. But Nina's current weapon, I don't know, I think, yeah. Nina's current weapon actually gives her 5 wisdom, which raises the damage of her spells. The other staff will give her +3 to her concentration points. It doesn't really help her damage. Pretty much, you want to do one thing or the other, depending on, you know, if you want to do more physical damage with Nina. Personally, I just like getting the wisdom boost. I mean, it'll make her... that makes her very much useless for physical attacking for from about this point on till the next time we get a weapon that boosts wisdom is usually how I get Nina equipped, and it is a very long time before she can equip such a weapon. So don't be using her for physical attacks. So I want to go ahead and save. I'll save here. And next time on Breath of Fire 4, we will go and explore Synesta a little more. I will see you then. Bye-bye.